How does legal fiction impact the burden of proof? Have you ever wondered how certain assumptions in law can change the way evidence is presented in court? Let's break it down and see how legal fiction plays a role in the burden of proof. Legal fiction refers to a situation where the law treats something as true, even if it might not be factually accurate. This concept is used to simplify legal processes or achieve specific outcomes. One of the key areas where legal fiction comes into play is the burden of proof, which is the responsibility one party has to prove or disprove facts in a legal case. The burden of proof has two main parts. First, there is the burden of production, which is the duty to present evidence. Then there is the burden of persuasion, which is the responsibility to convince the judge or jury to a certain standard. For example, in criminal cases, the standard is often beyond a reasonable doubt, while in civil cases, it is typically preponderance of the evidence. When legal fiction creates a presumption, it can shift the burden of proof to the other party. This means that if the law assumes a fact is true, the opposing party must provide evidence to challenge that assumption. This can change who needs to present evidence and what level of proof they must meet. In practical terms, legal fiction can make court proceedings more efficient. It reduces the need for parties to prove facts that the law already accepts as true. However, it can also complicate matters by placing new responsibilities on those who must counter these presumptions. For instance, in criminal law, the presumption of innocence means the prosecution must prove guilt. But if a legal fiction creates a presumption of intent, the defense may need to present evidence to counter that presumption. This dynamic can significantly affect how the burden of proof is handled in a case. Ultimately, legal fiction influences the burden of proof by establishing presumptions that shift the responsibilities of evidence presentation. This interaction is vital in courtroom strategy and affects how facts are established during trials. Understanding this relationship can help clarify the complexities of legal argumentation and persuasion in court.